What's going on YouTube? This is Just My Opinion, and today I will be reviewing T-Pain and Lil Wayne's T-Wayne album, mixtape, project, whatever you want to call it. Now, Lil Wayne is a rapper from New Orleans, aka Lil Tunechi, aka Weezy F Baby, who was the self-proclaimed best rapper alive and was at the peak of his career from around 2007 to 2010. And T-Pain is an R&B singer from Florida who really popularized auto-tune in the industry and was also at the peak of his career back from 2007 to around 2010. Now, during that time period, they were originally supposed to release this project, T-Wayne, around 2008 and 2009. Somehow the project actually got released not too long ago, and the project was released unexpectedly out of nowhere to the public by T-Pain. And from the get-go with the song He Rap, He Sang, you could definitely hear that this song, along with all the rest of the songs on this project, had to have been recorded from around 2008 to 2009. It definitely has that nostalgic type feel with the production, with Lil Wayne's punchlines in there as well, and also his flow and the way that he's using auto-tune. It sounds like old Lil Wayne. T-Pain actually had no auto-tune on this song, and he was rapping, and overall, I thought it was a decent intro as for what to expect for the rest of the project. Then we get Listen to Me, which is actually a standout track of mine on the project. It was produced by The Business, who actually produced a majority of this project, and they actually flipped a sample from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory's Oompa Loompa song. Sounded dope the way that they did it. Lil Wayne and T-Pain, of course, just went in, just punchline after punchline. I actually thought that T-Pain's verse on this song was, again, better than Lil Wayne's, but it sounded great to hear the old Lil Wayne rapping, at least, as well. From here we get the song Damn, which is another standout track of mine, again produced by The Business. This is a smooth, mellow R&B sounding song where Lil Wayne and T-Pain are duetting back and forth with each other via auto-tune. Lil Wayne, you could kind of take or leave as far as the auto-tune goes. He didn't sound terrible, he didn't sound great, but that's how he's always been with auto-tune, at least for me. T-Pain, though, absolutely steals the show at the end of the track. The way that he was using the auto-tune, it just sounded so beautiful. The one good thing about this song as well is this actually sounded like it was one of the very few completed songs from the project that was supposed to be released back in 2008. We then get Waste of a Wasp, which again has kind of like a throwback beat to it, and T-Pain rapped the first verse, sung the chorus, and then Lil Wayne rapped the second verse and then sung the third verse. We then get the song Oh Yeah, which was a very quick track. It was only about a minute long, so this is where you can definitely tell that there are certain parts of this project and perhaps certain full songs in general that were just not finished, or the project was just unfinished. Basically, T-Pain only had like one verse on the song and then a chorus, and then it kind of just cuts out. Not a bad song. I thought it was a little bit awkward though how they were using kind of like an orgasm sample in the actual chorus of the song. Then from here we get the song Breathe, which if you listen to the beat, it's actually the same exact beat that was used on Nicki Minaj's debut album for the song Shit It On Him, produced by Bangladesh. Not sure if this beat was originally supposed to be for T-Pain and Lil Wayne, or if this beat was supposed to originally be for Nicki. But I'm actually kind of glad that the Nicki version of the song came out before this one, because if this was supposed to be the original version, I don't think it would have been as good as Nicki's version, especially too, Lil Wayne I think was just singing way too much all over this song. I thought T-Pain did a good job, had a dope verse on it, but overall, I definitely think that Nicki's version of this song was better, but still to hear that beat and to think that that could have been on T-Pain and Lil Wayne's project just gave it even more nostalgic type of feel. Then get from here Snap Ya Fingers, which I actually think is another standout track of mine on the album. It's a nice slow tempo R&B sounding song, and this is just flat out baby making music right here. I could see making a baby to this back in '08. It has some nice acoustic guitars in it, and I like the crunk whistles that are kind of subtle but in the background on this song as well. T-Pain I thought did a great job as far as the chorus and the verses goes. He sings on it with the auto-tune. It sounds great. And Lil Wayne I think actually put out his best verse on this entire project. However, I wish that it was a little bit longer. I thought that the verse was actually very, very short. And the project closes with the song Heavy Chevy, which has kind of a nice Miami sounding production to it, kind of a southern feel and flavor to it, all the way through with the old sounding trap production mixed in with the chopped and screwed vocal effects on the chorus of the song. And T-Pain and Lil Wayne are just basically going back and forth talking about Chevys. So in conclusion, other than the fact that this project definitely had a very nostalgic feel to me because I used to be a huge T-Pain and Lil Wayne fan back in the day, it felt great to hear them both with music that was back from their primes. I think that was really the only highlight of the project to me. To me, this is just an average project at best. Even if this project did come out back in 2008 and 2009 when it was supposed to be released, I think that it still would have been kind of an okay project. This maybe would have been a better project if it was released years ago, but still would have been kind of disappointing from a T-Pain and Lil Wayne fan standard. However, though, the project did definitely seem unfinished, at least the way that it was released to the public a few weeks ago. So it definitely could have sounded much different when the final project actually came out and was supposed to come out back in the day, so maybe it would have been a little bit better. I was definitely impressed though with T-Pain rapping on this project. I definitely think that he was actually the highlight of the project. I think Lil Wayne was doing too much singing and auto-tuning throughout this entire project, but maybe that was supposed to be the intended point of the project though back in the day. Maybe the project, since Lil Wayne was at the peak of his game rapping and T-Pain was at the peak of his game singing, they thought maybe they'd switch it up and kind of highlight T-Pain as a rapper and Lil Wayne as a singer. But who knows? We'll never know since the project technically was unfinished. And that begs the question, why did this get released? Why did T-Pain decide to release this now? I think, at least from what I'm gathering, I think that he mostly did this because he wanted Lil Wayne fans to be held over because of the fact that the Carter 5 is again being pushed back. Who knows if that project will ever be released. And I think ultimately, too, he wanted to show support for his boy and show that he supports him and that he wants his music to come out. And I won't be surprised if more people now come out in the industry and do these types of things, do this type of thing, especially for Lil Wayne. At one point, he was heralded as such a prominent figure in the music industry and such an influential figure in the music industry. And it's a shame to see the situation that he's in now in his Cash Money, Young Money record deal, where he's unable to put out the Carter 5. So overall, with this project, I'm going to give it a 4.5. This is just my opinion, and thank you for watching, YouTube.
Yeah.